Hey,
Here we are.
here we are. Yeah, I decided to see if I could find appropriate stuff to bring today, and my turquoise wanted to show up in my earrings, and the red orange. So,
The red orange. Yes, that's beautiful. I mean,
yeah. Well, welcome everybody to the energy focus of the week, and for August 10th through the 16th. My name is Leslie Romine, and I'm a student of Arlene Arnold, who is sitting next to me. Yay, yay. And we are here today to bring to you the reading for this week, but also in conjunction with the whole month. We've really been having an overall monthly view, and how does this fit in each week? So that's what we're here to do. And Arlene, would you like to say anything else to welcome people?
yes, I'm Arlene Arnold, and I'm founder of Transformational Tools. And Leslie and I have been friends and helpers in this business for a very long time, and it's been such a pleasure. And we always find wonderful ways to help ourselves and others. So we're so glad that you're here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very true. And hi to the people that are coming online. Thanks.
Yep.
Just a reminder, if you are here, and let us kind of know by putting your name in the chat so that we'll be able to see you and say hello. Also, that lets us know that you might want to have a reading, a personal reading at the end. And you can always let us know in the chat. Okay. All right. So I'd like to start with a reminder of the cards that we have for the month. And as you remember, or if you were here before, you remember that spheres of intention was the color, the luminary that we picked, that we felt intuitively drawn to for this time. And along with it was the lesson in turquoise. Turquoise. So as we remember those, I felt as I was working with the cards that there were some reminders that we could have, and from that part. And as I looked in the book and felt that energy, that's what I was feeling. That there were some more messages for us this morning. Remembering that the spheres of intention are the numbers, the sacred geometry numbers of 10 and 12. And it's about sending out clear intentions for the direction of your life, which synchronously then draws others of similar intentions as you, and to help manifest your desires. Um, and a question that popped up was, am I putting out a clear signal that will draw others of similar intention to me? Hmm, that's good thing to look at our energy. Am I putting out what I want? Am I allowing connections to be made? Am I inviting that in? I think that's a really good question for this time.
You know what else, Leslie, is that I feel like a lot of things are coming up to be cleared, especially yesterday. And it's very intense energy. And it's really a good thing because the more that we clear this subconscious energy that is old patterns that we have, the less likely we are to draw those patterns in again. And as much as we would like to just say, go away, that can't usually happen until we've had the opportunity to heal what is there. So I see it as a thank you, Spirit, for
Yes.
bringing this so that we can perhaps finish at least another layer of this, because often it's things that you've been working on for some time, and it's easy to get discouraged. But I just tell you, this is such an important time, and those layers need to be released and healed so that we can move on to what is next, because it's an exciting time that we're in.
Hmm. And just pointing out that yesterday was the Lion's Gate, which is I guess it's in astrology and other things, that that's a time of really letting go, going to, it references the going into the earth and dying and then coming back out, as far as that transformational process goes. And so uh, really releasing that and letting it go, and then allowing yourself to renew yourself and to regain where your true heart lies. What is it that I really, really want to put out there, and how do I want to allow that to come to me? I think allowing is a big thing. We'll get onto that in the next part. Um, yeah, the next one is the lesson in turquoise, like I mentioned before, and it's about saying yes to the meaning of your life, as it says here. Um, I was drawn to this part in the book that I'd love to read to you. It's called Controlling Your Life. And I think sometimes when we get challenged, or something comes up suddenly, it's like, what do I do? We want to control what's happening. I know this has definitely been a, a response that has come up again to remind me, oh, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. I can just trust. So
Yes.
this is what it says. When you have lost trust in your life direction, the human part of you attempts to control what comes into your life and what you give out. You become convinced that others want to take something away from you, so you stay alert to how others might take advantage of you. Because you feel isolated and alone in figuring out your life, you try to anticipate the outcome of each decision and action so you'll know what is coming. Only when you've turned over your direction to the wise part of yourself that speaks through your heart can you release this control. Only when you've seen through divine eyes and have become convinced that you are part of a bigger outcome can you relax and allow life to unfold. Now's the time to change the way you participate in your life. You are supported from within and without when you relax and flow with the stream of life. And as I was reading that, I thought, when things get really kind of out of balance and everything, it can be a place where we retreat to, because if we had any kind of issues when we were growing up or in earlier in our life, we may have responded that way, and that those patterns begin to leave us as we grow and do our work. And I just think that sometimes that can be, it can raise its little head to remind you, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to control all this stuff. I don't need to. And I'm so grateful for that part of the lessons in turquoise, and the lessons that we learn to be able to let it go and be able to say, okay, I understand that now. I get it. Yeah, here it is again. But it's because I've had that come up more and more and more. It's been such a gift for me to shift that, where I don't have to put my energy into that. And my energy can be used for being present in that moment and being available for what's next. Right? Right, Arlene?
It's also what I feel about the color turquoise.
Yeah.
When I feel into that, it just feels so much more relaxed and open, and able to let go, but mostly able to receive. Yeah,
Yeah.
because that color just says to us, remember, there's more than just what you're seeing in this human world.
Mm.
And we know that, but we can be taken into the human world and all of a sudden realize that we've gotten really a little off track there.
Yeah. You know, the turquoise is between the heart and the throat chakra, just to remind people, and that it's where your thymus is. And I know some energy workers that use that thymus thump, and that really awakens that part of you. It's just, gently, but thump it,
Yeah.
and that opens it up. And maybe if you're stressed about that, trying to control, maybe that is something to put the color there and remember there, and then just tap on it.
Right. I don't often remember that, but when I do, it really makes a difference.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So we have looked at that, and as I was considering this week, I thought there is something more. I felt there was something more that wanted to add to this message. And the first one was lesson in blue. Lesson in blue. Speak your truth from deep within. Now that's very much like the turquoise. And
Yes.
the orange is with it, and the orange is the complementary color. Both of these are very creative places in our um, physical body and in our energy body. And the part that came to me in this was really stuck out to me, and it was about communication. And lessons in blue is kind of telling us that, you know, um, be aware of your communication. And so this particular one wanted to come up and say hello. So here it is. Your lesson is to learn to communicate in a clear, authentic, and caring way. This may require that you tap into your desire to communicate, your courage to begin, and your willingness to learn from your mistakes. The longer you put off this lesson, the more you'll experience miscommunication, which can lead to difficulties in your job, family, relationships. You may find that you are forced to communicate with the most difficult person in your life in order to break through the dam that you've allowed or created. Accept the lesson now so you may come into a time of easy, clear, open communication that brings all your relationships into a new perspective. And the I saw the things from um, flow, because flow is part of what, if we're not in our flow, if we're not allowing, that then we can get bound up by this, feeling of, but we can't have communication, or I'm going to say something wrong, or, that kind of thing, and kind of holding in instead of speaking our truth or communicating it in a way that can be heard. And I know, just, I don't know if it's up for you, but it's been up for me a couple times in the last few weeks,
Absolutely.
um, of, of someone either assuming something that I said, but I didn't mean it that way, but it came out. Maybe I could have done better, you know, or it could be that I had to speak up for myself and say, no, no, to this person. And I thought, oh, I could have done that better too. So looking at our communication and how we do it, to tune in, this is encouraging us to tune in to that flow, look at the bigger picture, trust the bigger picture, and then allow it to come from your heart.
Really, the energy that we communicate with. I mean, the words have a certain energy, but we have a certain energy. Sometimes it's underneath. And that energy is so important that it come from who we truly are. And that can be challenging when other things are coming up for us to learn. And the other thing that I got was, this is learning how to flow with intense energies. And that seems like it wouldn't fit together, but it really does, because when you have intense energies, if you try to push them away or you don't flow with them, that can cause some of the pains that we feel in our bodies and some of the things that may be happening in our relationships. And what I'm learning now, is intense energy can be a blessing. And that's sometimes a tough message to get through to yourself, at least for me, because when there's so much going on out in the world and so many energies there, I go, oh, I just want to go away and be someplace quiet. But maybe there's a way to flow with that intense energy so it doesn't feel like it's overtaking us, but we're with it to see how we can use that intense energy in a very positive way.
Yeah, and the trick, I think, is not to let, for myself, I know, not to let it overtake me, and because it can remind me. Sometimes it can be a trigger for me. Sometimes it can just remind me of something, and it's like, oh, I've dealt with this before. I don't want to deal with it again. Da, 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 da. And my mind starts to go, blah, 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 blah. And really, what I need to do is just, and I'm getting this lesson. So more, it's like, calm down, be in your center, be with your flow, trust this. But I know the intensity part is something I think as people that are quite sensitive might shy away from, rather than embrace it and say, okay, that was there. What does it say? How am I communicating it? Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up with the intensity part. That's so true. And it seems like it is happening now with so many things happening in, our surroundings all the way around.
So. Well, I was thinking too of one of the things that came up for the month that was really interesting is, well, it was being prepared for changes. We've had a lot of changes and learned to adapt. But the other one was to pay attention to, let's see if I can find the one. It's paying attention to the growing edges, the ways in which there are positive things coming up. That was one of the big messages for this month. And really seeing the best of humanity, not just saying, oh, that's the worst of humanity, but focusing on the best of humanity, because it is there. And it is there among the people that we know. And it is there when you go into a grocery store and someone is just lovely to you. Right there is the edge of how we truly are as humans.
Yes.
And when we see the craziness, not to focus on it, but just to say, okay, I don't need that in my life.
Yeah. Or just recognize it for what it is too. Yeah. Just say, oh, that's that. Okay.
Yeah.
And your
stay neutral about it. Yeah.
Your focus can be over here.
Yeah.
Where it is. Yeah. Excellent. That's so true. One thing I've noticed even this morning is that I was watching a presentation, and the person was talking about, how their perceptions of what being, a strong internal person versus a strong external person. And I thought that was very interesting, because they were talking about strength, but in mine, I thought it's just like, we have that integrity card, it's like integrated, and you have all the things that can be helping you and helping you to grow. But one thing he pointed out was growth is growth is not something that would go, oh, la-di-da, I'm going to grow now. That's so fun. You know, he was like, he says, growth is work. Growth is hard. You know, and he said, but you get strength as a person. You become a real caring, amazing person when you do that. That's much harder than just going, whatever, you know, and being mouth, you know, being mouth and all that. And I thought, you're right. It's not always easy, but it's always amazing and always, you know, when we make growth, it just turns into this jewel, this beautiful thing that shows us that we can relax and we can be who we really are.
It's coming back to that integrity, that saying, because what I'm doing recently is saying, is this coming from who I really am, my integrity? And if it's not, then it's probably something that I not need to work on. You know, I may be seeing that something else needs to happen out there, but maybe if it's not coming from a place of love, then maybe it's my way. It's telling me that that's where the growth needs to be in me.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's years ago when I was very young and I started on the path of personal growth. Someone said, well, you realize you're opening Pandora's box. And I said, what do you mean? And they said, well, once you open it, you can't go back.
That's true.
And I said, oh, and that it had a little jolt that kind of scared me at first, but then it was like, I don't want to go back, you know.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, and Pandora's box is flush with amazing, amazing life experiences.
Yes.
Amazing
Yeah.
room. Yeah.
So Leslie, one more thing I wanted to do was with spheres of intention.
Sure.
I was really drawn again to what came up for the month, the great possibilities for working together, and that there are sparks of hope and human resilience, which gives these small groups the energy to find answers from within, and a deeper love for the earth and greater compassion for humanity. And the message was gather together to build this energy into an impactful wave. And I thought so much then of our group that we have now called the Vortal, and how this is a place where we gather together and we can create an impactful wave that changes the collective consciousness, or it changes us, or it gives us a new idea, or it just gives us people to be with that really don't look at you and go, what are you talking about? Yeah. So I really encourage anybody who has not joined the Vortal to go to transformationaltools.com, and on the home page it will tell you all about that and how you can get to be part of that. So it's a really wonderful group of people, and we're very, very different. You know, I mean, it's so fun to see how many different ways people have learned to be here and what are the different things that they come to offer through their life purpose.
Yep, it is. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Right.
And exciting and such a blessing. You know, I was thinking back as you were talking to a meeting that we just had with the people in our leadership group, and I just thought, you know, it just feels so good to have that meeting. Afterwards, I kind of go away, oh, you know, this just feels so good to get together and you know, look at these beautiful energies that are trying to work with us, you know, as we're allowing them to do that. Thank you for sharing about the Vortal again. That's really needed. I did have one last card. There were two cards this time. The other one is Strength in Red Orange. And this is sometimes used as the red card, but it's also red orange. And in this particular case, that's what I got, red orange. And red orange includes both the red chakra and the orange chakra. So it is pretty powerful, I'd say.
Yes.
And turquoise, here's turquoise for our month, and here is it again. It's the strength. Let's see, strength in red orange. Okay, but the turquoise is the complement. And once again, the red orange talks about being purposeful and a starter and a doer. And the orange is alive, present, and happy in senses, into your senses. You can feel these things. So I felt like it's really encouraging us to say, as we move through this time, be alive with it. Let it really, come into your energy field in your body and feel it. And senses. A lot of people, that I work with can visualize things, but some people say, gosh, I have a hard time visualizing things, but I can feel it. And I know with you, Arlene, you can taste it,
Yes.
And so we're being encouraged, I feel, to feel it in our body and to express it through our turquoise, through our loving heart and our blue center, that green blue together. And let's see, love and expression of your deepest desire for connection, peace, growth, and joy.
Say those again. Say those again, because that's really important.
Yeah, your love and expression. It expresses your love and expression of your deepest desire for connection, peace, growth, and joy.
Boy, doesn't that cover it? I mean, that's what we're really being brought to right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we express is coming from the core of us.
Mm-hmm. And when we make that shift, these are the things that we're feeling, right?
Yes.
Connection, peace, growth, and joy.
Yes.
We're creating together.
And then it goes into gratitude.
Absolutely. Oh, automatically. Automatically. Yeah. Yeah. So, that's what I got for the cards that want to supplement our monthly thing.
Yeah, I'm glad you picked those, because boy, do they go together with what was here for the month.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just building on that energy from the month.
I do think so too. I do think so too.
Which, by the way, if people don't know, I'm now doing a monthly energy focus, and it's on the very hopefully the very first of the month, and it's on YouTube. So if you go to the Transformational Tools YouTube account, you'll find us there, and please subscribe. We're going to be adding some other things. I really want to be a place where I can bring things and then have, like we have here, where there are more than one of us talking about a topic, and bring something that can really help all of you as we go through this time.
Yes. That's our hope and our offering.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so it's time for the personal readings, and I have 3 different people. Will, to start with, and
that's Sid and Candy.
Sid and Candy B.
All right.
All right, so it seems like maybe we could, what do you feel like, drawing 1 per person or 2 per person?
Well, we have 3 people, so I think we could draw 2 cards for each person. Looks like there are 4 up there. If there's somebody who hasn't commented, please do, so we know that you're here.
Yeah, let us know if you want a reading. Yeah. I don't know if you can see like Facebook, but so I can only see those 3.
Well, I think maybe we have Will in 2 places. So.
Oh.
I think he's on YouTube and on Facebook. So
Double. Definitely.
that would make the difference.
Definitely have 2 cards for him today.
I want to pick a luminary for him.
Yeah, I felt like that for you.
Okay, this one, get my hands free here. I always get this one a little bit mixed up with one of the others, so I have to double check. Yes, it's awakened. And this is, I think you've gotten this before, Will, but I noticed that it doesn't say awakening, it's awakened. And that means that we've come to a certain point in our process of awakening, because awakening goes a long time. I mean, it's our whole life. And what we're doing is we're awakening to new levels of understanding of ourselves. But it's almost like we come to a little pause. And I almost see it like we're standing on a rock or something. And when we come to that pause, we can think about what we have come to, who we are now, what we've learned. So that's what I'm feeling for you, Will, is this is a bit of a pause time to really recognize how far you've come and how much you've learned and how much you have to offer. And again, I think it's always important to do what Leslie said earlier, and that is just allow whatever it is that's supposed to come next come to you, because we don't have to push it, but you are at an awakened point, and that's the part that this luminary wants to say to you.
Yes, indeed. Awakened. Love it.
I love it. He says, I'm awake, awakened, and partly still awakening. Yes. I think that's true of all of us.
I think that's, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you have a color card of strength in pink.
He got that one before too. That's really cool.
Innocent, trusting, and loving. And, dark or light green is that beautiful complement there too. I think of light green as being when the plants in spring start blooming and everything's fresh. So I get a sense of freshness in this new, more trusting, more loving, more innocent part of you that has come awake and that has maybe just more aware of it, I think. And it's just such a wonderful color for what I want to say. I don't know. I think about, little ones, and we just wrap them in a blanket, or, it's this beautiful, loving, sweet place to be, and that I just see those energies growing and growing, and so with your awakened would be like, allow this to be part of that awakening, I think.
Absolutely. The other thing I get is playful.
Yeah.
I think Will is one who enjoys being playful, especially in nature or in his dancing. And I think that is such an important part of life right now. Laughing, being playful, we're still very serious about what we're doing and paying attention to what's happening in the world. But boy, that energy of playfulness is important.
I love how he says it's preciousness too. Pink.
Yes.
Pink
Yes.
color is precious. It is.
Yep.
Endearing.
There is, yeah. And pink is very powerful.
Yes.
Even though we don't see it as powerful. It is in its own way.
Oh, oh, I have to just tell you this because it's so funny, but maybe people can relate. At our wedding, we were each took a turn to talk, and after the vows, and I was getting all teary and everything, and he comes along with his microphone, and he starts, being fun, and I just thought, see, we're such a good compliment for each other. Because it's like, yeah, lighten up, honey. And I appreciate that so much from him, uh, many, many times over. He's lightened me up a lot, and he is playful. So love the cards, dear.
So would you, I think I'll pick a color card for Sid. You want to pick
Okay,
a,
I will. Ooh.
interesting. Okay, I got the lesson in blue for Sid. So Sid, I'm wondering if there is, I think it's more about moving into your creativeness through your throat, because it's not, it's for you, it's not so much about words as it is the energy of the things that you see around you, the energy of your art that you do. And this I've got 3 pieces of her art in our hallway here, and I see them every time I walk through and appreciate them. So Sid, think of your art now as your way of offering information without words. And I think you probably don't know that, but just to emphasize that. Do you get anything else out of that, Leslie?
Um, I just got to look into how you are communicating your like your I know that you communicate in several different ways, and you've done some really fun little projects and something, and it feels like an opening to express something for you that wants to be expressed. And yeah, really feels like saying, "Go for it, girl. Do it."
You know, it almost reminds me of when I first met her, she was only using, I think it was black and white. And
Ah,
then after she got acquainted with the colors, she went to amazing colors. But there's something about a shift here that's almost as big as going from black and white to color.
well, maybe her luminary will illumine that.
Yes. What's the
That's what it
luminary?
is. Celebration.
Oh, look at this. I just picked this up and there it was.
Yes, indeed. That's funny. Well, why don't you hold up the card while I'm reading that? And that'll help us.
Okay, sure.
A reflection. Um, Join the mighty throng of souls, welcoming home an anticipated song of joy. Transform from seeds of possibility. Now radiate your magnificent colors.
All
As
right,
a
stop for a second, because
okay,
she's saying, I know what it is. I'm holding myself back. Read that last sentence again, because that's the one that's really important.
okay. Join the mighty throng. That one
I
or
think so.
transformed. Well, I'll read them both.
Yeah.
Join the mighty throng of souls, welcoming home an anticipated song of joy. Transform from seeds of possibility. Now radiate your magnificent colors.
Yes.
As a brilliant flower in full bloom, join others to co create new octaves of experience. That's what I'm
Boy,
getting to.
is
It's just
that
like,
is
it
totally,
is time.
yeah.
Paint rocks. Yeah, I was thinking about your rocks again when I was thinking about this, Sid. That's cool. I, you should read what Will writes. Yes, he started doing it a little
He's
bit
painting
different.
rocks.
Yes, yes.
I'm collecting feathers. Peter found another one. My beautiful crows keep leaving me feathers. I think I have 5 of them now, just
Wow.
in the last month.
Well, crows are about messages coming through.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. They're messengers.
All right. I'm going to have to speak to them and say, what's your message?
Yeah. What do you think? What's my message? All right. Wonderful. All right, Candy B is next. Welcome, Candy. And I'll go ahead and get what we do last time. I'll go ahead and do luminary. You want to do a color card?
Luminary? Okay.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do the color card first?
Okay, I got the lesson in pink. So Candy, one of the messages in that is care for yourself, your inner child, but more I'm feeling care for your body. And the message that pink is saying is communicate with me, listen to me, have a dialogue with me. And it's a really important, and you can do that. You can dialogue with the whole body, or you can dialogue with some part of your body that's saying, me, I want your attention. So it's a really cool way to do your healing, is to pay attention to what part of your body is calling out to you. And then use pink as the color that you use to help that part of you heal, or just feel better. Feel like it's being heard, feel like it's being held, whatever it is that it needs, that part of the body is calling to you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And your card is unfolding. That's the number 6 and 12. That goes very well with the message from pink. In fact, if you look at there, there's pink in there. If I can hold it close enough.
Yeah.
There's light pink in there, light blue, green, lots of beautiful colors. And look at all the heart shapes and everything. It's just amazing. There's so much in these cards. There's so much more within your crystalline core than you yet know. It's time for your unfolding. One small step at a time is all it takes. So you can
that
see
one's so important. You don't have to get the whole thing right now.
Yeah, and it's coming through. It encourages us to unfold all that has been hidden within your fathomless inner space. It's time. You've held it in for a long time, and now it's time to begin to unfold. And I love the word unfold because, like you said, it's gentle. It's like, okay, what's next? Okay, what's next?
It goes really well with pink, doesn't it?
It does. It's like partners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's wonderful.
So Candy's saying that pink is so light and warm, and that's one of the reasons that it's so helpful when you put it on a part of your body, because the body needs to feel that sometimes. Maybe it's been stretched too hard. Maybe it's just trying to give you a message, but it can do it in a little bit gentler fashion with pink.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. All right. I think, unless there's somebody else, I think that's it.
So I do want to remind those of you who do not have the color cards of the luminaries, one of the best things to do is to go to transformationaltools.com and hover over shop. And the first thing that comes up is bundles. And you can get the luminaries, the color card set, and the mini color cards, which is the one that shows things on both ends, the lesson and the strength. And you can get all of those as a bundle for $55. And in the US, it's free shipping. So, okay, looks like Ofa came in.
Yeah, I just saw another one. Do you want to pick a card for her?
Sure.
Okay. What one are you going to pick? Let's see.
Okay, so Ofa, this one is expanding, yes. And that doesn't mean expand your waistband. I'm trying to go the other direction for me. But it means that there is so much more inside of you and so many more places for you to discover inside of you. Just let that expand out. allow yourself to go where you need to go in terms of your life, so that you can be a much bit more of a blessing for yourself and everybody else. Wow, I'm just feeling the heart stuff for you, Alpha. It's like there is so much love here for you, and there's so much help for you to go into this expanding mode.
And Ofa, I got strength in purple, and with yellow as its complement. Both of these are very highly intuitive, highly connected to source. And it says to me, remember this, walk in this. You are, it's like be connected to that higher self, that inner knowing that you are. And that really will be a strength and what's the word? Good balancer for you, a good uh, encourager for you right now to remember. Oh yeah, I am that. I am this. What do you get?
I got one more thing for her, and that is the yellow and purple together. In other words, your gut that has those gut feelings sometimes, and the part of your mind that has your intuition. That makes up your discernment. And as you're expanding, it's really important that you use your discernment. So you spend your energy in the way that's going to be highest and best for you.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I was feeling that too, just as you were remarking. Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful, wonderful reading. Thank you for coming over.
And thanks for everybody who's here. It's so lovely to see you here. Please invite your friends. And if they can't come at this time, they can go to either Facebook or to YouTube and find the recording of it. Because even though we can't, okay, AF is here. Angelfish. I remember Angelfish. So we'll quickly do one for you, Angelfish, and then we need to go because they're we try to keep this within about 45 minutes. So we're going over today.
We do. Okay.
All right, I have a color card for Angelfish. Do you have one too?
Two just flew out of my hands, so I guess they're both for him. One is wings.
Yeah.
Use your wings to fly. I mean, this is the time to spread your wings and say, yeah.
And look at that. We got the same colors.
Yes, turquoise and green. Yeah. And the other one that was crown. In other words, stand up and take your place. What is my mission? What is my place?
So. All right. And in this the color card here, it's the strength in turquoise. So you're in a very strong time period right now, and this is the time to really use this with discernment, like we were talking about. Don't just get into the energy itself and kind of lose touch here, but stay in the grounded way that you can be, so that what you are receiving will be exactly what needs to come through.
Yes. Always really important. And I feel that too for Angel. Yes.
Well, thanks all of you. I'm glad you came in even at the last minute. We love having you here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we wish you blessings in the week ahead, and hopefully we'll see you here next week.
And here we go.
All right.
Bye for now.